In this video, I want to talk to you guys about my 1999 Toyota 4Runner, some maintenance that is coming up, and then I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of what has been going on with my vehicles and this channel as a whole. But before we get into some of the maintenance that needs to go on this thing, I think we need to give her a wash. I got a bucket of water here. I'm thinking maybe some Yama lube. We'll toss that into the mix. A scrub brush, that would be good, right? Let's see, a sponge, and maybe some Ancient Armor All. We'll slap that on the tires and see how that looks. And boom, there she is, the old Spit Shine Special. Also, if you were curious, this Armor All that is ancient was no good. It was useless, so I had to get something else. Now, the maintenance that I was talking about is going to be the fuel injectors. Yes, that is right, the bulletproof 3.4 liter engine that I always talk so highly of has come back and bit me right in the rear end, and now this thing shakes and wobbles more than your grandmother when you take away her walker, and it's really frustrating to drive. I'm getting terrible fuel economy, and so it is just time to change it out. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, it might be the spark plug. Well, I've already tried that. Well, you might as well swap the coil packs around. I've also done that as well, and it is only misfiring from cylinder number 4, and it also flashes the check engine light whenever I get hard on it, which is rarely on the interstate, but that would indicate that it is in fact the fuel injector. Anyway, besides the misfire, she's still doing very well. We've just rolled over 216,000 miles, and she is just cracking along like there are no problemos. I think there is a slight transmission fluid leak, but other than that, there are no oil leaks and no coolant leaks. It does burn a little bit of oil over time, but so do almost all 20-year-old vehicles. Now, one thing that I have noticed here on the outside of the vehicle is some thinning of the clear coat. Now, it's very noticeable here on the fender flares, but there is also some thinning of the clear coat up top on the roof. Now, I have honestly no idea if this is going to show up or not, but you can see right in here there is, definitely a lack of clear coat, and you can see the paint starting to show through. So I might just try and rub some Rogaine on there, but I mean, this is a pretty common problem with older vehicles and even 4Runners, especially if they sit outside. You're gonna have these kind of problems. Now, one way that you can slow this process is to keep the vehicle inside of a garage, or you can use something like a paint conditioner and wax to build up a layer on that clear coat to keep it from fading, or to, again, slow that process down. On the inside of the car, pretty much everything is functional. You can see the seat here is pretty torn up, and I've complained about this seat before in another video, so I'll let you just go ahead and watch that if you like. The armrest, another, it's a high touch point. Every single time you get in the car, you're touching it. It is just worn out. Same with the steering wheel. So I have this steering wheel cover. I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably not. It's camouflage. Now, nothing super fancy here on the passenger side. Again, there's going to be a tear in the seat. Nothing too crazy. Dash is all in one piece. No cracks. I busted the tar out of the wood trim here, or the plastic trim, and then this was never here, this little sliding bit, and those tend to get lost and cracked. So really just your normal wear that you're gonna see here on the interior of these 4Runners, but again, the material, it holds up fairly well. It's nothing super special. This is no Land Cruiser from Toyota. You can see here I have all of my liquids to put in. I got my coolant, transmission fluid, and oil just in case something crazy happens, and I've got my tools, funnels, and the miscellaneous things in here. But nonetheless, it is a fantastic car to have, especially if you are a college student or you're moving around all the time, as I do. This is wonderful. It gets decent fuel economy when it runs on all 6 cylinders, and even with 5, it'll still get you from point A to point B. Now, that is pretty much it on the 4Runner. I'm going to be doing the fuel injectors here over the coming days, and I'll post a video about it later, and I'll also show you guys kind of my diagnosis process and how I went about figuring out that it was the fuel injector, and as long as I'm right, I will also post that video. But as far as the channel goes, I have gone down to only one vehicle, which is the 4Runner. That is right, I sold the German chunk of engineering, my 530i, to a guy up in North Carolina. He came down about a month ago and got it, and so I'm happy to have sold it to him, and I'm sure he will enjoy it just as well. So that leaves me with just Pearl, and of course, after I sell my BMW, she starts acting up. It's okay, it's whatever. It just gives me another reason to wrench on her and to learn something new inside the engine bay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you would like to like the video and possibly even subscribe, we've gotten over 300 subscribers, which is very cool. It's basically doubled in the past like 10 months or so, which is pretty nifty. But if you guys want to like and subscribe, go for it. Otherwise, I'll just keep making these videos because they are fun to do. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Whoops. Yes, that is right. The bullet point 3 bullet. Ah, jeez, this is bright.